Welcome. I am Matt Prim from Fitness with Matt. I am here as part of Pride Month talking to you about how much money we've raised so far this month, but also about what the abbreviation LGBTQ plus mean. What a mouthful. And that's abbreviated version of the abbreviation. So let me know if this is news to you or if you knew what I'm about to talk about. I'd love to hear. Now, with anything, nowadays, as long as you treat people with respect, that's the main thing. Show that you're trying. Just try not to be ignorant. So don't worry if anything I talk about today, you're like, oh, I wouldn't know what to say. Don't worry. So, LG. So the first part, L is lesbian. So that is typically referring to someone who identifies as female who is attracted to other females. G stands for gay, and it typically refers to a person who identifies as male who is attracted to other male-identified people. But also, the term gay can also be used by any of the people we're talking today, so it can be used generically for homosexuality, like a gay woman. Okay? So sometimes people refer to themselves as a gay woman, not necessarily a lesbian. Third one, the B, is bisexual. So someone who is bisexual is attracted to more than one gender, but they stick to the conform of binary, two genders, male, female. Now this isn't a letter at the minute, but there's pansexual, which is quite new and it's a little bit more nuanced. So pansexual refers to someone who's attracted to all gender identities. So they could be attracted to trans people, non-binary, genderqueer, and so on. So you can see how it's starting to get a little bit more complex. So there's two T's, but the main one is transgender. So this is someone who lives as a different gender to the one which they were assigned at birth. So the alternative to this is cisgender. Cis meaning of the same. It's not another abbreviation. So I am a cis male. I was born and identified as a male, and I myself identify as male. However, if I identified as a woman, as female, I shouldn't say woman, as female, I am a trans woman. Trans female. Okay? Starts to get a little bit more complicated. If you are born female and identified as female, assigned that, not identified, at birth, but you feel as though you are a man, you would be a trans man. Okay? I balls that up a bit, but I hope you understand it. So next, we're on to the Q. There's two Qs. There's queer or questioning. Now, questioning is kind of self-explanatory. If someone identifies as questioning, it means they're simply exploring their gender, identity, or maybe their sexual orientation. Now, queer is an umbrella term for everyone under the LGBTQ plus category. However, it's more appropriate to use that if the person themselves identifies as queer, because the word queer has some negative connotations from its use in the past as a derogatory term. So really you would only use it if the person themselves say, I am queer. So also it can cover people who are polyamorous or polygamous. There we are. Okay, are we keeping up with this? Okay, now we're on to the plus bit. So that's I. So intersex. Intersex is a person who is atomically difficult to categorize as either male or female due to a combination of chromosomes, sex, or hormones. So it is not able to completely identify their gender. So they would be classed as intersex. Again, you can read more into all of these if you wish to find out more, but I'm trying to give you just an outline of what the abbreviations mean. Finally, we've got two A's. We've got asexual, which is a person who is not attracted to anyone sexually, and then we have an ally. So An ally is someone who defends people in this category. They don't themselves necessarily have to be part of the LGBTQ plus community themselves or identify as any of those categories, but they themselves may be a friend of someone who is and will call out homophobia, transphobia, bigotry, ignorance, and they will stand up for the LGBTQ plus community. So, there we have it. Your lesson is over in the abbreviation. I hope that made sense and I explained it well enough. It is so difficult and language is shifting and these categories are constantly expanding as we realise that maybe there's more fluidity within our gender identities and our sexual identities, so who we're attracted to. So I hope that helps you. It's a lot to take in, but I think it's really important that as long as you approach people with respect, and nowadays people are starting to do it in business, they will tell you what pronouns they refer to themselves as. There could be they, them, he, her, not he, her, he, him, she, her, okay? So you might start to see that on the bottom of emails sometimes when you get them. So now I'm going to move on to how much we have raised for AKT, the Albert Kennedy Trust, who help support LGBTQ plus people, youths, people who've been thrown out of home because maybe they've come out or someone has outed them, or maybe it's just not safe for them to be at home because they're not supported. So a really important charity, and I just wanted to do something helpful this Pride Month, which is why I've done education, but also we've used our community to raise funds, and we've raised £650 so far. There is still time to donate. I will put a link in the comments after this, so have a look for that. But yeah, amazing. We raised nearly £100 in donations at class alone. For each person that came to a class, I donated £2, whether that was online or in person. So it is an amazing amount that we have raised. So thank you from me. I have not always been one to stand up for my community, but I think now I should. I'm becoming more aware of the issues, with TV programs like It's a Sin, Pose, which I'm currently loving, all these kind of TV shows and culture generally is raising awareness of these people. And this community. And I have a platform. Yes, it's not massive. I'm not a celebrity, but you are part of my community, and I feel it's my job to lead you, educate you, help you, So a big thank you, though, for helping me to raise £650. But we're not over yet, so feel free to donate if you haven't already, even if it's just 20p. Every little helps. I'm so grateful for everyone for your support so far this month. The month is not over. I've still got more educational stuff to come your way, some more resources if you want to watch stuff. I already gave you a couple of TV shows you might be interested in watching. I don't know everything, but I'm sharing what I know and what I have found out to share with you. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.